Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel where we talk about SEO. Lately, we shared lots of discussions with other people about how SEO is changing in recent years, how much we've seen in 2025, the sort of like direction toward black hat or gray hat practices, and even what we're seeing in 2026. And today, we're going to put all of this knowledge into a strategy. So, I'm going to talk to you about strategy for 2026. This is mainly for iGaming affiliates, but of course, you are welcome to listen even if you are in other affiliate niches or if you are an operator on iGaming. So let's do this. I think the biggest change we're seeing in 2026, rather to other years, is that you should keep your strategy really fluent. Before, we used to have a meeting, Q4, and set up the strategy year ahead. Like, we're going to be doing this, and we're going to be doing this for this brand, and we're going to be doing this for this brand. Maybe it was a little bit different market to market, but there was a strategy almost copy paste from each other. Now, things are changing way too much. You just don't know what's happening and what's going to hit you. We know that good SEO still counts. We know that parasites is working. We know that there are negative SEO attacks that you might need to defend yourself. So you can set up a strategy as a sort of a goal, like this is where we would like to be by the end of 2026. However, how you get there might change. So strategy here, I would say black hat strategy, white hat strategy. And now the little things you're going to do within the strategy, such as parasite SEO or buying links, those are tactics, right? So as well, those can change because not every page and not every website needs the same. Some websites need a little bit of love on the content side. Some might need a little bit of technical love. It's not always the same. So you need to be sort of ready for changes and need to be a little bit more creative this year. I would say consider that to diversify. I said this last year as well and year before, because as I said, it is not safe out there right now. So it would be the best if you have more assets. More assets in a way that you might have more affiliate websites than one, that you might have an affiliate website and maybe a drop domain study, that maybe you have a good affiliate website, you're growing something on parasite SEO. Diversify. Look what's working in your niche, in your market right now, and try to learn how to do it better. We already spoke about in our channel about parasite SEO for 2026, but still I'm going to include it as a strategy you should consider, or a tactic for your sort of black hat strategy you should consider. So if you want to listen to the video where I'm talking deeper about parasite SEO strategy in post for 2026, the link is below. And here I'm just going to brush up on the main points. So there's so many good things about parasite SEO. Okay, don't just dismiss it because it is not the most ethical approach out there. It gives you a quick way of rankings for very competitive keywords. You can outrank your competitors, sites such as casino.org or gambling.com. These are being currently outranked for certain keywords by Parasite. It is more cost-effective approach, as we spoke about it. You don't need your website. You don't need a developer's team. You don't need to build everything from scratch. So no hosting. Lots of things are suddenly disappearing as a cost. And it is much more resilient to negative SEO attacks, which are being more and more predominant in 2025. And we keep seeing this trend in 2026. So anything from horrible links sent to your website, DMCA takedowns, to DDoS attacks, you name it, is out there and it might come for your website. So on Parasite, this is much more stable. But there are also bad things about Parasite SEO, things that are not amazing. So the results are not guaranteed, and you still need to be very picky with who you're going to partner up with, which domain you're going to use for this. Not everything is going to work. You still need to find a domain that has got a good authority, good history and the historical data, good engagement that is relevant to your niche, that is already ranking, let's say, for the casino keywords. And in a moment, you approach the webmaster and tell them, I love the website, and I know the post on this website cost €800. However, I want to place a parasite SEO post with, let's say, a top list of 3 or 5 results. They might give you incredibly different price. It might suddenly go from 800 to 20,000. So it is really, really not cheap. and you still need to invest. You might need to split the profits if you make a partnership, and Google is trying to fight it. And as I said previously, it is mainly being thought through people submitting complaints through Google Search Console that they found a parasitic SEO result and that is not good and they want it removed, and then Google will give you a manual penalty, try to clean up, you come back, they try to clean up, and so on and so forth. And of course, if you are having a post, you cannot sell it as an asset. So think of the pros and cons. So again, I'm saying diversify. Maybe the best approach is to actually have a normal affiliate website and few parasite websites. So let's say your website is targeting UK, Australia, and Germany. All of these markets are extremely competitive. All of these markets are difficult and expensive. And then you have one parasite result in all three of them, which gives you suddenly not one asset, but four assets. Not all of them going to do always miraculously well, but because you diversified, if one gets ruined by Google update or one is not performing too well, you still got three other that are bringing you money. So think of that. As I said, best is to combine. So good SEO still matters. And I'm going to show you a result of a recovery on a smaller affiliate website that I'm extremely proud of. And I'll tell you what was done. So you can see that the website was sort of growing, then struggling, then, Google updates got it down, and then we started to recover it. So what I did was obviously, first on analyze what is going on with the website. So I crawled in, I ran an audit, and I check in Ahrefs, and I manually check it, and I see it's a mess. So the website was really cannibalizing with itself for the same keywords, for the same brand. So the brand plus casino or brand plus review, brand plus bonus, it was like 5 different results for each of these sort of matches. So brand plus bonus would be brand plus bonus plus brand plus bonus, welcome bonus. It was all over the place. So we saw that the traffic is sort of, Google doesn't know what to rank there because everything seems to be just like maybe this one and then maybe this one. And it kept dropping. Some of the content was not touched for a long time and it was definitely in decay. Some of the information was outdated. Internal linking structure was absolutely not logical. As well, the website structure was all over the place. There were no parent pages and children pages. It was just thrown there. And we're talking about hundreds of pages, not anyhow prioritized, not having a structure and not having any relationship between each other. So you didn't know which one is giving sort of SEO juice and how you should navigate with the website. And if I cannot know it as a human, then Google bodies as well, like, what the hell is going on? As well, we have cleaned up the backlink profile because there were some horrible links built up through the time. As well, there were some partnership links that were not just 1 or 2 links, but were 200 of them. Basic, absolutely basic SEO cleanup. So good structure, good content, merging content that made sense to be merged, clean up content that had no place to be there, updating what really mattered, giving it this fresh look, giving it a fresh feel. What we didn't really spend money on was actual links. Through this time, maybe 5 new links went live, strong, good links, very, very relevant for the market and for the niche. And then the recovery started to happen. So sometimes good SEO is all you need. You don't need to just throw too much money at it. Of course, money is great if you can spend it, but if you simply can't, then just work with good SEO. And if you have an asset that is dropping or needs love, pay attention to it. Spend time on it. Spend money on that before just dropping everything and starting something new and shiny. Now you all know I talk a lot about Reddit because I have this love-hate relationship with Reddit. Every time I think I know what works, Reddit changes the rules. But here is a little refresh and little helping hand because Reddit, yes, it is still the thing. As you can see, every time we drop, every time we are a little bit uncertain with the traffic, Reddit keeps growing like crazy. You're not going to stop it. So if you can work with it, work with it. Now, the paradigm of Reddit is that you need karma to be active on Reddit. And you need to be active to build up karma. So it is a headache. And honestly, this is the thing I hate the most about Reddit, is the thing that it's stopping you. You want to be active, but your account is not old enough. You don't have enough karma. How am I supposed to have karma if you don't let me post, if you don't let me build up the karma? So I hate this part. But if you crack it, if you start to build up the karma, good. If you don't have nerves for it, you can always buy an account with karma. And here are some places where you can buy it. Personally, I find this last one horrible because I bought lots of a lot of accounts there, and they are all built like overnight with lots of AI and creating lots of bad karma there. Then it gets cleaned up, then it gets sold. In the moment you open it, even through all of the masking that you should do, you basically lose all of the account, wasted whatever money it cost you. I think it was around $50 each. I really like this one. I think this is the best Red Arcs because they give you access to good accounts. You can choose. You can join them on a Telegram group. They send you a message saying top up your money to your account so you can easily buy Reddit accounts. We will be topping them up in 2 hours from now. So you are not going to miss it. There are accounts and you snatch them, and you can snatch whatever you need. Generic topic, and they are very, very popular as well for crypto. Crypto that is extremely growing with Reddit, and as well OnlyFans and AI girlfriends. All of this is starting to be more and more popular on Reddit. So you have got sort of specific accounts with them, so I highly recommend them. And no, I am not sponsored by them. Accounts can get suspended. Even if you build it from scratch or the ones that you buy, they could get suspended. And then suspended account is a dead account and you are dead because for 100 days, which is a quarter, right? Is 3 months is a quarter for us marketeers. You are dead. You are not allowed to be active with another account because Reddit is tracking way too much data. I don't even know if it's legal, but there is IP address, your browser, your operating system, extensions, your user agents, everything you do in your history is tracked. So you need to be very careful. And now you're thinking, I'll just use an incognito mode. No, you won't. It is the same device. You clean up your cookie or change your browser. It is the same device because they are storing way too much data. Even if you use VPN, they recognize it is the same device. So none of the normal tricks that you would think of would work. Now, different devices obviously are a different computer, a different tablet, a different smartphone. But every time you get close or every time you open a new client, you cannot buy a new computer for them. However, we have got solution for everything, and there are programs that help you hide your fingerprint, right? The anti-browser detection systems can really help you. So what you need to is find a good one and then find a good proxy provider, and then you sort of merge it. So for proxies, I recommend this one. Tried, tested, and approved. I tested many of them. And then for anti-fingerprint browser, anti-browser detection thing, XPower is great. However, my problem usually is that I log into one and then I log into the other, and somehow they don't merge every single time. If one doesn't merge with the other, you are again recognized as the good old computer that already got banned and suspended, and you are not able to do that. So I found another one, multi-login, and that does everything for you. And they have got even good support system. Again, I am not anyhow sponsored by them. I'm just giving you a knowledge that I discovered. And now there are different bans as well for your subreddit. So there are many things you can do on Reddit, and you can be active for a lot of other things. And I actually like the other things, but we're going to first talk about actually building your own subreddit that can, of course, get banned for a million reasons. First of all, lots of our colleagues already tried. This is typical. And they got banned because their account simply was not old enough. You need 30 days and karma at least 100. So either their account was 27 days or their karma was 17 or both. Either or they didn't wait their time and therefore they were banned. Gambling for Australia was sort of a really good one for my testing in Australia. And I used to put like lots of things there and it was growing like crazy. And I got lots of followers almost immediately because gambling in Australia is popular. So if you want to build one for Australia, I highly recommend. However, I pushed it to limit. I put lots of affiliate links that were belonging to my dear friend. And it got banned for spam. However, it managed to convert in time. Casino days got banned because they were unmoderated. So you need to have a moderator and clean up comments and set up rules like you can only be active if your karma is 200 and this is this old and you need to clean up so people actually don't spam you, right? So there are tons and tons and tons of rules you need to follow. Therefore, I don't really love building just subreddits. There are other things you can do, but here are the basic rules to follow. So your account must be at least 30 days old, karma plus 100. You must have moderators and you must be cleaning up. You cannot allow spammy things and you cannot spam Reddit with affiliate links. If then you can do like 10 normal posts and one maybe commercial one. So it's sort of fragile right now. And as I said, every time I think I just figure it out, something changes. And of course, you can place links in a part resources when you have your own subreddit, and this does not get banned. However, I found this really cool software called Crowd Reply, and this helps you to be active in Reddit without being active on Reddit. Basically allows you to find threads where you want to comment and then put either a brand mention or a link, and it works like magic. As well, there are others that works more with brand mentions such as key mentions or brand 24, but they are not as good as this one. Again, I am not sponsored by them, just a really good tool. And you can, what I usually do, I go to Reddit, I find places I would love to be seen with a post or with a comment, and then I would simply pass it here. And you can see you can be absolutely creative with it. You can do Gambling Australia, it tells you what the moderation is. You can do in casino things. You can be everywhere and you can just nicely insert links and insert mentions. And it's really good software. And if it gets removed, I mean, one mention costs like 10 euro and one link 15 euro, if I'm not mistaken. If it gets removed, you'll get the money back. And as well, you can directly in the software, it will tell you like if you want to be visible with your comment, you need to upvote it. And this in this group will need 10 upvotes. And you can upvote it right there and then. And then, you want to be higher than just a little bit visible. So you buy 20 upvotes and they are super cheap. So this is a really, really good software and I highly recommend it. So you can see I'm not active everywhere, but it just finds anything you need. And there are many ways to work with it. So I recommend you try it and just play around with it and tell you how much traffic it was discovered and how your threads are doing. Why am I talking about Reddit, even though it's really, really buggy and really fragile? Because it still helps with the mentions and your brand can be out there. It really helps with brand awareness. And we know that brand really helps through the unstable times. And you can actually do links. And with this software, the links will actually be linking to anywhere you need. So highly recommend. And then our latest thing, canonical abuse, working like crazy, ranking like magic. It is a new thing that sort of started to pop out last year. People realized how powerful canonicals are and how much they can abuse it in a way of setting up cross-domain canonicals. I saw canonical abuse within a domain, so there will be a drop domain and let's say 200 pages. And then we would optimize it for Casino Australia and all the other pages would be canonicalized to this one or two pages that we really want to rank. And it worked because all of the SEO love goes to one or two points that needs to be visible. And of course, you optimize these points and you still buy links to them. So canonicals are very, very, very powerful. Think about it and keep it in your mind. Definitely do not remove them from your website. Okay, don't fall for the trick. Just work with them. Now, how does it work? So, for example, there's this website, New Online Casinos Canada.com. And you look at it and it is a website that promotes casinos in Canada. We all see that. Normal affiliate website. And you see the growth is like, wow, from 0 to 20,000, like overnight. What have they done? No backlinks, right? Look at that. I couldn't find any backlinks. So what have they done? Of course, cross-domain canonical abuse. So what they did, they found a huge website of DR91, IT World Canada EU.com, that might possibly carry Google penalty, and then they canonicalize it to the new website that they tried to rank and that you saw is ranking extremely well. And they did 5 different SEO attributes to just leak the SEO juice. Sometimes it's just canonical, sometimes it's hreflangs or the geo. And they used all of them. So they have got a canonical. Here they are hreflang to US, to Canada, and you saw how much they're ranking. Now I need you to understand that canonicals are very powerful. So are hreflangs. And you need to still work with them in the best way possible, even if you're doing this abuse. What you don't want to do is remove your canonicals from all of your website because you think they're too powerful. You don't want to remove hreflangs or canonicals from your website. When it comes to this, you want to do the best practices, even if you are doing the abuse. You still want to properly cross-domain canonical, right? You don't want to just remove everything. And you can see they are targeting hreflangs because hreflangs are very, very helpful for localization. So don't fall for the trick like, oh, you don't need hreflangs. It's a very popular thing in our industry right now. Somebody is giving very bad advice to people, so don't go for it. Please do not go for it. I will create a video where I'm showing 2 websites that went for this horrible setup and lost all the traffic. The trick here is that the both websites, the old one with all of the SEO love and the one you want to rank, have exactly same setup, same content, same graphics. And now Google is just thinking, okay, this is just normal cross-domain canonical as we advise people in our guidelines. If you are getting content from somewhere else and using it on your website, you need to be fair and tell them they were the first one, we canonicalized to them, we were just inspired by them. So you basically are doing what Google is telling you. You are playing by Google's rules. Now you're asking yourself, why wouldn't they use 301 redirect? And why would they go for this canonical trick? The thing is, if the website, the 91DR1, or any website that you want to canonicalize or redirect, if they have penalty, it might not work because the penalty might be carried over with this 301 redirect. I have a few honorable mentions for you. VoteTakeControl.com was the new website, and VoteTakeControl.org was the cross-domain canonical where juice was coming from. This website, the org one, was used for Brexit. So this was a website used many years ago to tell people how amazing it is going to be if you vote, yes, let's leave EU. Okay, and because the topic was original and so controversial and there was so much political power behind and so much lobby, this website picked up extreme amount of links that us as an SEOs in iGaming can only dream about. Any huge website, independent, BBC, Reuters, anyone was linking to them and talking about them. And of course, this domain was still sitting somewhere there and someone was clever enough to secure it for themselves. The links, most of them stayed. So when they cross-domain canonical, of course, it went like crazy, same as the one I showed you. The rankings were just overnight there, just not for Canada, but for UK. Again, another very valuable market. Now, of course, over time, as we are all talking about the cross-domain canonicals and we're publishing it here and there, those things get taken down. So this website by now does not exist. And you can see that the original one, the .org, is now 301 redirecting to a new domain. So they don't let this very, very good domain just die. One gets closed off and they repurpose this power thing with massive amount of links to somewhere else. So there is one thing closes, another one opens. Now, of course, you want to look at what's going on with this one, because now I found that this one is canonicalized to this one. I mean, that's a completely new study. But when you try to open it and see what's going on in a normal Google, it will tell you you're blocked. Of course you're blocked. They don't want you to nose around and report them that they are doing some cross-domain canonical abuse. So you're thinking, I'm just seeing things. No, you're not. They just blocked you, but they didn't block Google posts, right? So you'll need to use something like reach results to actually resolve it. And then you will see exactly what's going on, how the canonicals are set up. I'm not going to go deep into another canonical abuse because it is always the same principle. So I want you to keep in mind that abuse is out there, good SEO is out there, and I want you to create a strategy that is fluent, that can keep changing, that can defeat itself, and that can actually survive 2026. Create And of course, test things, keep educating yourself, rank the hell out of it, and repeat the success. Thank you so much for being with me today.